Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 3 financial tips that have played a significant role in my financial journey. These 3 strategies have helped me navigate the complexities of personal finance. They've definitely helped me achieve some very big financial goals, and they've kept me on track towards building a positive financial future. Starting with one of the key principles that has propelled me towards financial success, it is mastering delayed gratification. In a world where instant gratification dominates our choices, exercising patience and delaying immediate desires can absolutely have long-term benefits. Simply put, it is building the habit to resist the temptation to splurge on unnecessary purchases and shift to a mindset of focusing on long-term goals instead. One example that really stands out to me, and one that lots of people should be able to relate to, is how I approach buying my phones. It's not something that is new technology and it's not a new idea. It's just I have mastered the approach to how I go about buying these things. And let me be clear, I'm not afraid to spend money on a quality item by any means. But what sets me apart personally from people that I know who are in the exact same situation but don't do the exact same thing, as well as people online who talk about it all the time, is a few very key details. And they're obvious as well. I try to take care of it to make sure that it lasts longer. I try to hold its resale value by making sure that it doesn't get scuffed up or damaged in any way, so that when I go to reseller, I can recuperate some of what I spent originally. And I try to make them last longer than their original lifespan or their expected lifespan, if they are capable of going past that. It's an important one, and something that lots of people go for that instant gratification by buying a brand new phone every single year, versus realizing that what they have is probably good enough for its intended purpose. My current phone is over 3 years old, which in the world of technology, that is really old. Most people upgrade within 1 to 2 years, and I still have not felt the need, because of this habit that I've ingrained into my brain, that I don't need it. It works. I don't need something new and shiny, even though I want something new and shiny. I don't need to spend the money on it right now. By resisting the urge to upgrade my phone prematurely, I am not only saving money, but I'm also maximizing the value I get out of that specific device. The lesson here is that delayed gratification isn't about depriving yourself of what you want. It's about making intentional choices and being patient. It's about recognizing that while new and shiny things may be tempting, they aren't always necessary right now. Like I said, it's not specifically about the phone. It's about adopting a mindset that focuses on long-term satisfaction. And truly, the reward of mastering delayed gratification goes well and beyond having the latest gadgets. I've actually linked some videos down in the description below which focus more on this specific topic. So if you are interested in learning more, you're here, you've listened this far in, they may be just what you need. Definitely go and give them a watch in your own time. Feel free to use those resources as you wish. Now, moving on, I would also like to put some emphasis on one of the perks that I have gained from adopting the mindset of delayed gratification, which has been utilized through fragmented saving, which is the second crucial tip which has immensely contributed to my financial success. Fragmented saving involves breaking down your financial goals into smaller, more manageable targets and allocating funds appropriately. To put it simply, the way that I use this method is I allocate a certain number of bank accounts where I put specific amounts of money into them. That's known as a bucket system, and it is not a new idea whatsoever. And what that allows me to do is grow these accounts which have intended purposes over time. As my financial situation changes over time, which it has since I started allocating money to these buckets, I change how much I put into them because they are going to feed into my specific goals differently based on what I'm focusing on at the time. The main thing is that this approach holds me accountable and allows me to manage my money more effectively. It has helped me overcome that psychological barrier of saving large sums of money whilst also encouraging a pretty consistent savings routine. Here's another way to think about it. Imagine someone wants to save $100,000 for a house deposit. Now, that's probably going to be pretty confronting to someone who is just starting out. But when when we break it down into smaller and more achievable goals or targets, like, saving $1,000 100 times, the goal becomes instantly more attractive or a little bit less overwhelming. Like I said just before as well, I didn't invent this system. Bucket systems have been around for a really long time. The first time I came across it was in a book called The Barefoot Investor. It's a great book for people wanting to start out on their financial journey. I highly recommend that you give it a read. But since then, I have customized this method to suit my needs specifically, and it has served me really well since I first began. I've also discussed these methods extensively on the channel, and I've linked videos again down in the description below, which link out to this particular topic and go into more depth about how I do it, why I do it, and what works the best. If you're interested, use those resources as you wish. Moving on now to the third and final tip that has been instrumental to my financial journey, and that is future proofing. The future is uncertain, so being prepared for unexpected events and financial emergencies is crucial. The simplified way that I go about doing this is by focusing on making informed decisions. I invest in self-improvement and I prioritize risk management. The approach that I've been implementing and plan to continue implementing well and truly into the future is to commit to continuous learning, as well as investing in personal and professional development. This tip really has helped me enhance my earnings potential, and it has served me well since I first started putting the effort in to basically learn more and challenge things that I don't understand and make sure that I can actually do the thing that I don't know how to do, even if it costs me a bit of money up front to figure it out. I'm also going to give you a bonus tip, which is number 4, and it's one that again seems to be serving me very well at the young age that I'm at, and that is to diversify, making sure that your finances are optimized as much as possible and spread out over various types of investments, which needs further research. I'm just kind of blanket saying diversify your finances. It's not a bad idea because it definitely is part of that risk mitigation component that I mentioned just before. And it's something that needs to be come back to regularly. You need to overview and go, okay, where are my finances at? What do I need to change? What do I need to update? What do I need to do differently to make sure that it's still working as best as possible for me? These 3 tips combined, all of the things that I've just covered, yes, it's high level, but there are resources that go into more details linked in the description below, are things that have helped me along my financial journey and things that I will continue doing until the day that I die, because I am reaping the rewards off of something that I do not have to put any additional thought into to carry out from my day to day. Practicing all of these really has helped me achieve some significant milestones. If I had to do a humble brag, I've purchased 2 properties. I own my car outright and have all of the gadgets and technology I could possibly want, whilst also maintaining a pretty healthy work-life balance and social relationships and a relationship with my partner. It's all pretty good. It's something that has taken time and work, absolutely, but I'm now in a position where it's going to continue, hopefully, as long as my health stays in check, which is also a focus of mine. And I'm still in the infancy of my career. It's kind of mind-blowing when you really take a step back and look at the big picture and what all of that hard work has succumbed to. The best part about it is that when I buy all this type of stuff, I don't feel guilty, stressed, or anxious at all, because the planning and level of rigor that's required has gone into it, so that when I make that purchase, I can enjoy all of it in all its glory. I don't need to worry about where the money's going to come from. I don't need to worry about what type of hole I'm creating in my finances by making a purchase like this, and I can just enjoy it to the fullest. I'll end today's video by saying that I was in a position to make these purchases, spend this money, and focus on these goals because I put the work in up front, using the tools that I have talked about today. And it's something that if anyone who's really serious about getting into their financial journey and making sure that it's optimized and working out a way to have a better future, because times are tough, it's something that definitely should be adopted and sought out and practiced ongoing for a really long time. It's hard up front, but once you get into the rhythm of it, it's really not that bad. And that's where I'm going to leave you today. So bye for now.